The former Iranian ambassador to Australia, Ahmed Sadeghi, now formally a persona non grata who must leave the country by tomorrow, made a bit of an appearance today in Canberra.
Ambassador, well, just one moment. We just want to hear what you have to say.
I love, Australian people. I love Australian people.
Do you believe that Iran are behind these attacks?
I love Australian people. Bye-bye.
Mr. Ambassador, do you think the Prime Minister has gotten this wrong?
No comments.
What do you have to say to Mr. Albanese?
He'll be gone tomorrow because his country, the Islamic Republic of Iran, a known sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East and around the world, has been exposed for directing anti-Semitic terror attacks in Australia. With his expulsion and the closure of our embassy in Tehran, diplomatic relations between Australia and Iran are over. In Parliament, the Prime Minister was again on the defensive about his tardiness in acting against the Iranian menace.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister told the House that, quote, "We listen to intelligence agencies, we don't try to second-guess them." But this morning it was revealed that the Home Affairs Department advised the government to list Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organisation more than 2 years ago. Prime Minister, when this national security advice was received, on what basis did the government reject it?
There have been a range of comments made in just the last 24 hours. On Monday, of course, or Tuesday. Monday we received the information and the advice. Monday afternoon we had the appropriate committees enacted. By Tuesday we had got our personnel out of Iran to safety and had expelled the ambassador here from Australia, along with 3 other diplomats from the Iranian embassy. And we received bipartisan support, I recall, for that action. But it appeared that it didn't last too long.
No, it did not, and nor should it. The Albanese Labor government appears to have prized diplomatic relations with Iran above standing up to Iran over terrorism in the Middle East, over our own national security and our national values. Even with Iran funding and directing Hamas's atrocities against Israel and Hezbollah's attacks against Israel and the Houthi rebels' attacks against Israel, and even when Iran was sending drones and missiles in direct attacks against Israel, Labor kept up diplomatic relations. Incredibly, until this week, Labor has put more pressure on Israel and its ambassador in Australia than on Iran. This distortion of reality, of foreign policy priorities and of national values is grotesque, and it's dangerous. That much is plain. But too many in this country, in the media and in politics, are ignoring the political reality that flows from this. The cold, hard fact that Iran's anti-Semitic terror attacks on our soil, its interference in our democracy, has paid dividends.
Flames fanned, tensions too. One of Australia's busiest synagogues burns, leaving Melbourne's Jewish community in fear. Witnesses saw 2 masked men spreading petrol, then setting the building on fire.
You only have to ask yourself why, late last year, Iran would want to inflame the anti-Semitic attacks and sentiments that were evident in Australia from the day after the October the 7th attacks in Israel a full year earlier. Why was Iran interested in stirring up tensions in Australia? Now, sure, Iran wants to intimidate Jews everywhere. And sure, Iran wants to divide and disrupt democracies like ours, Western countries, allies of the US. But primarily, Iran wants to isolate Israel and promote the Islamist causes of Hamas and Hezbollah and other jihadist outfits. Fanning divisions in Australia, fueling the hatred that we've seen in mass protests, chants against Israel, chants for intifada, chants for a Palestinian state that will eliminate Israel. This is all music to Iran's ears. This is the radicalism it encourages. This is the way it can help to isolate Israel. So when the Albanese Labor government caved into this public pressure and announced it would recognise a non-existent Palestinian state, it rewarded the terrorists of Hamas and Hezbollah, and it further isolated Israel. But it also meant that the foreign interference in our country by the terror state of Iran had borne political fruit.
Well, Iran would have had a couple of objectives from what they did. The first would have been to terrorise the Jewish community.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, that has worked. The second was to divide our country. Unfortunately, that has worked. And the third is to influence our foreign policy. And it appears that that has worked too. And I think it is particularly shameful on this government that they have bowed to that pressure, that they've bowed to that incitement, that they've bowed to that state-sponsored terror.
Mr Albanese has capitulated to the Islamic Republic of Iran. They have got what they wanted, Chris. The recognition of a Palestinian state whilst their proxies, the terrorist Hamas, are in charge.
Yeah, the implications are clear and they are damning. This is an historic moment. These revelations about Iran provide Albanese with the perfect excuse and opportunity to reverse his decision on Palestinian recognition. That would be the best way to advance the prospects for peace in the Middle East. It would be the best way to repudiate Iran and the terror groups it sponsors. And it would be the best way to stand up for Australia's values.